Hello, my name is Hai, and I currently study in Unicorn University, and I do have some question for my professor.
Yes, and literally we met in the corridor, so I told Han, why don't you come and let's film it so we can share the conversation with others. So first questions about Erasmus?
Yeah, I do have a question about Erasmus. So what does the International Affairs Department do?
Yeah, so at Unicorn University, we try to organize relationships with foreign universities. So we've got a number of partners, university partners, and with those partners, we try to arrange a number of exchange. So it can be exchange of students, it can be exchange of teachers. We have one teacher who comes soon, and we've got some teachers who are now abroad. We also working on a blended program, so where students from different universities will be studying online, but also will come to Prague to meet. So this is something that is organized under the umbrella of Erasmus. And we also have some research projects, because at Unicorn University we have a lot of research. We are a lot of IT, a lot of business. And so we've got professors who actually cooperate, go to conferences, write papers together. So all that we try in the international relations to coordinate and help.
Yes, and how to apply it?
For students or teachers, actually, it's possible to apply to go abroad. They can, first of all, they need to choose the destinations.
Yes.
So anyone actually can go, all right? So you, I mean, we are located in Prague,
yes,
but we're having a number of students who are not Czech, all right? And we're having also students who are not present in Prague, right? Because they study with our hybrid program. So anybody can apply, all right? All that you need is to have a full-time, you need to be a full-time student to study and to apply. So then you can apply and choose your destinations. Usually we ask for several choices because, well, we are, you don't always go where you want. Usually you go, but we try. So we're having a lot of partners in Europe because we've been doing that practically since the university exists, but we're growing to have more and more partners, but we go carefully. We're still a small school. I mean, we have about 1,000 students at Unicorn, and so we don't need hundreds of partners, but we need trusted partners. And all the partners we've got, we have a good relationship. We know them well. So that's one criteria. The other criteria is we know that it's complicated to study abroad.
Yeah.
It costs money. We've seen with COVID that sometimes you've got some extraordinary events that prevent you from traveling. So we go by sort of concentric circles. Yes. So we're having partners that are not far away from us. So our historical partners, one of them is in Germany, in Würzburg, with the technical University of Würzburg. We're having 2 double diplomas, one in business management, one in software development. And so in that case, it's more than exchange because you spent 1 year abroad, and at the end of the bachelor program, you get 2 state diplomas, right? But we've got also partners in Poland, we've got partners in Slovenia, we've got partners in Italy, in France. I don't remember the whole list. Of course, in Denmark, we got in Finland. We're having in Cyprus, for those who want to go a little bit further and a little bit warmer. We got in Spain, of course. We come in the Netherlands, in Belgium. And so, yeah, so the idea is that we can propose different options to different profiles. Some people, they don't want to go far. because of family reasons, or they want to be able to go by land, all right? That's also important because for Erasmus we try to keep the transport as green as possible. So, but also it depends on the type of studies you have. So if you study business and management, most of our partners offer exchange in that, or study software development, but it's not always the case. So sometimes they are, sorry, you can't go there, we suggest we go there. There's also a question of cost, because not all the countries cost the same. Some of our partners, they're in the capitals. So for instance, in France, we have 2 partners, and one of them is in Paris, and it's expensive, all right? So so we tell students, be careful and so on. But of course, you can apply for some grants. So the European Union, we apply for some grants, and the European Union gives us some money that we redistribute to the students. But we're having a limited amount. They don't give us like a, like open bar. So we must do a selection of students. Anybody can go abroad because we have bilateral agreements, but not. We can't guarantee that everybody will get some financial support. Usually yes, but I'm careful. I forgot, we're having also partners outside Europe, in particular in Taiwan. We're having a very active partner in Taiwan. Next semester we got a student who come, and we've got right now 1 student who's there. So that's. But you wanted to know how to apply.
Yeah, I do. So how to apply it?
It's very simple. So first, we organize a number of events during the year. So we inform the students usually at the beginning of the year, when you've got the introduction of the year. But we also organize events during the semesters, and there we explain all the details. We answer all the questions. But then after the students, they need to apply. So to apply, you need to go through our IT system. When there's a special page and you click and you enter your details, we receive the application, and then we contact the students, and we have some interviews. It's not like a job interviews. It's more like we try to understand why they want to go, where they want to go, and we're going to look at a number of criterias. For instance, what you study, as I said, sometimes what the students study doesn't correspond to the destination. We also look at how many students wants to go to which destination, because we've got a limited amount. We look also at the level of language knowledge. So we expect all our students to speak good English, sufficient to study. But sometimes we've got students who decide to study in German or in French or Spanish. So we are going to look at that too. And we look also at the grades. Because if you want to go abroad, we try to send students who did good at home. Because if you already have some sort of debt, some courses that you have difficulties passing here, usually sometimes we say, okay, you know what? Take your time, make sure everything is all right here, and when you're clean, we can consider going abroad. So having good academic results is important.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you mentioned, like hybrid program presentation, can you explain it? What is hybrid program presentation? Yes,
so the hybrid program is a different type of study format. So we're having 3 types of study formats at Unicorn University. We're having students like you who study on site, all right, like during the week. We're having also students who have a part-time program. Usually they come and study on a weekend. So that's why there are always students in the corridors here, weekdays, weekends. But we've got also this part-time program exists partly online. So we call it online, hybrid. I explain you why we call it hybrid in a second. But basically it's for students who are not physically at the campus. it is for our two programs, business management and software development, and it is a bachelor program, right? So that's the fundamental, and you study like any other students. So there's a program, even as a full-time student on site. You can choose to study what you want, but we advise to start with the first semester and then the second, and usually there's a logic, right? So it's the same. We're having, and you use it yourself, we're having an extensive online material library. So all our courses, they come with some e-books that are part of our IT system that we developed in-house. And you've got videos and interactive and stuff like that. And so that is the same for all the students. The difference is that the hybrid students, they study more alone. They got extra material, extra tests, so they are more self-studies. But it's not exactly just online where you're all on your own and you study like reading books. No, you have some consultations regularly. So every weekend there are some consultations scheduled, depending with which courses. And so the students, they connect online and with the teachers. And we having a lecture with the students. After, it depends on the topic. Some of my colleagues, they give a full lecture. Some other colleagues, they make tests, because some topics, they require lots of tests. Personally, for instance, I use that to do case studies, right? So students do self-studies, but they connect. It's voluntary. They have questions. And so that's why it's hybrid, because they talk with a real teacher. It's the regular teacher of the course. They would study on site. They would see the same teacher, and they can ask the questions, and we follow the evolution, and we answer questions, and so on. So there's no difference at all with the content and the way it is being taught, except that they don't physically come here.
Yeah. So is it accredited or?
Yes. So it's exactly the same diploma, actually. So we are the first university in Czechia to have gotten the full state accreditation for this hybrid program, and it's the same. It's the same program, business management or software development, and you get a bachelor program that is accredited by Czech Republic Ministry of Education. So it's accredited by European Union. It's valid all over European Union, of course. And on the diploma, there's nothing written. It's not written. It's an online program. It's just written that you have graduated from bachelor. So yes, it's absolutely the same. Yes.
Oh. Let's move to the topic micro-credentials. So what is micro-credentials?
A micro-credential is an interesting new way of learning. So you've probably noticed for many years now, people combine their career with learning. All right, it's something that is a big deal. Like everyone around the world, we try to keep on learning. Some people they decide to right after high school to work, and then they get back to study. We have a lot of students who do that, actually. Yes. So we've got students of all ages. But also sometimes you study and you make a break and you go on working and you'd like to specialize yourself or to upgrade your talent. So basically there is a wish to bring your skills higher up, right? Yeah. And so the trend is to have some kind of continuous learning, but up till now, what was sometimes preventing people from dedicating themselves a lot in that was that, well, you would get some certificates and that's it. And so the micro-credentials are the established version of this wish to study continuously. So students who enroll in those micro-credentials, they choose a topic. So the topic, for instance, could be human resource management, or it's a lot in IT also, which is a little bit beyond my reach. But it can be like a front-end management, front-end IT, or it can be project management. And so in those topics, you've got 2 or 3 courses that are part of our programs. And students who sign up for those micro-credentials, they're going to sign up just for those 2 or 3 topics. All right? And so, same format. You can, if you want, you can come on site. All right? You can just sign up and come and study a course of management, of HR, and something else. And at the end, you're going to get the certificate. I'll explain you at the end. Yeah. So, but wait a second, because it's mainly done to be online. So the hybrid, there's a link with the hybrid, because it's mostly for people who want something extra. So you can do that when you work. You can do that when you study something else. Maybe you study a very specific field, but there's another field that we have. You want to study just a few courses. It's possible to have that. Okay, and so typically, as I said, it's going to be for IT, or it's going to be for management, and at the end, you get a certificate. Yeah, you got a certificate.
And what are those certificates?
Those certificates, that's where it gets interesting. Is that it took some time, because we had to build a European system. That recognizes those certificates. So when you get a certificate, you get a special code. It's some kind of blockchain or something like that. I'm not a specialist, but it's a special code that can be verified. So if you write on your CV that you got, I don't know, something like data analysis in Python, all right, that's one of them that we have. You can write it down on your CV, and someone who's gonna receive your CV can actually verify that you. So there's a special database that is official in every country. There's one of them, and in Czechia there's one of them, and you can verify the number and the name, and have the confirmation that this person's certificate is a real one. Yeah. So you can't really fake it. All right. What is interesting is that those certificates, that's why it's a sophisticated system, they can be combined one with the other. So you can do little by little, you do one micro-credential, and then you do another, so micro-credential is 2-3 courses, okay? And then you do another micro-credential, and then another credential, and then you build like that some foundation, and after some time, you can have most of our program done. And then you contact us, and then we arrange some special ways to studies to complete your studies. And so maybe you don't want to become a full-time student and to dedicate 3 years to do your bachelor, because not everybody wants to do that. Maybe you want to do it little by little, several years, and at the end, you get a bachelor. Yeah. So this is also another way to get a real bachelor diploma, but by bits and pieces, and those bits and pieces, they are the micro-credentials. So it's a very interesting thing. Yeah,
slowly. Anyone can apply it, or
anyone, because it's like any other studies. It's a bit different than full-time studies, because full-time studies you need a certain number of documents, nostrification, for instance, because you will get at the end a state diploma. The micro certificate, it's a different category, so you don't need to, I mean, in principle, anybody can apply, because it's a certification that is on its own, all right? So you can be working, you can already have a bachelor. Maybe you've got a bachelor program in a different field, and you want to beef up a little bit your knowledge in another field. Or maybe you have a bachelor program in one language, and you'd like to get a certification in some courses that are in English, so you can do that too. So different profiles, different needs, but anybody can apply. Yes, absolutely. It's really made for that.
I got it.
So we're building it little by little. The idea is to have, at one point, the full catalog. All our courses will be also available as micro-credentials with some kind of schedule so that anybody interested can also combine it with their lifestyle, their work, and so on. So that will probably become a very attractive model for people who have been considering studying a little bit but didn't want it to do it completely. So that's the answer. Yeah. Do you have other questions?
I think that's all for me.
Thank you. So
yeah,
that was great,
so
like
much.
that. We were able to do that.
Nice to meet you.
So I hope it was interesting also for you watching. We wanted to review those topics that are involved for a lot of people, whether you consider studying with us, whether you're already studying with us. So we are available at the university for any of your questions. Don't hesitate to contact us through our website, of course, or if you're a student, of course, you contact us through the usual channels. And we have a whole team, study department and international department, and of course, the professors that are here to answer you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.